It's incredible how life can take unexpected turns, isn't it? Zhao's actions at my husband's party sent shockwaves through our lives. Despite her attempt to ruin our happiness, my husband and I remained resilient, supported by our families. We faced the truth about Zhao's malicious intentions and ensured that justice was served. Kayla's time in prison gave us a chance to heal and move forward. With her out of our lives, we could finally focus on the joy of welcoming our daughter into the world. Our son Nate embraced his role as a big brother with enthusiasm, filling our home with laughter and love. Throughout this journey, we leaned on each other and cherished the unwavering support of our families. Despite the challenges, we emerged stronger, ready to embrace the future with optimism and gratitude. And as we hold our daughter in our arms, we're reminded that love and resilience can overcome even the darkest of shadows. Zhao still tried to poison me at my husband's party after we announced my pregnancy, but it backfired horribly. Now she's facing jail time while also getting divorced. I, a 29-year-old woman, have been married to my husband Harry for the past 7 years. I love everything about our marriage except the fact that he is related to his sister Kayla, who brings all the negativity into our lives. Don't get me wrong, I used to love Kayla when I first got to know her, but over time, my opinion quickly changed. She is incredibly negative, manipulative, and toxic. In the past, my husband had dated Syl's best friend when he was 17, and later they broke up because he felt pressured into being with her because of Syl. When he turned 23 and found himself single, his sister insisted that he and her other friend should be together, but he refused. They had a huge fight, and she went crying to their parents about how she wanted him to marry someone she felt comfortable with, but his parents didn't really listen to her. When my husband and I met and fell in love, his parents were very supportive, but Syl consistently treated me with a cold demeanor whenever I was around. She would always bring up Harry's exes for no reason and tell them how well they were doing and how he should get back in touch with them. This went on for a while, and I was not the only one who found this weird, as Harry found this weird also. So, he would ask her not to bring up his exes continuously. So would then get pissed and start taunting me about how I was getting jealous and how he should not be with an insecure person like me. Whenever his parents would call us for dinner, Syl would purposefully bring one of Harry's exes, telling us how she had stumbled into them that day by accident and had to invite them for dinner out of politeness. She also checked my Instagram relentlessly. Even though she didn't follow me, I have a public account, so I have noticed how she is the first person to check my story. If a guy comments on my photo, she would then go to her brother and complain about how I was posting inappropriate pictures of myself. Harry and I would literally laugh at her accusations. When Harry and I decided to move in, she urged Harry to break up with him, telling him how I have a lot of flaws as a woman and that she could find someone much better than me. This comment honestly hurt me since I had been nothing but nice to her throughout everything. Unfortunately, as soon as Harry and I got engaged, Syl's behavior towards me got even worse. When Harry and I announced our engagement, everyone started congratulating us. I noticed Kayla was very quiet, and then she got up from the chair and walked out of our party to everyone's shock. Later, she called Harry crying and screaming about how she didn't appreciate being told the news with everyone else, since she thought he was the closest to her, so she deserved to have been the first one to know about his engagement. Later, she sent me a message which was almost borderline threatening, saying how I should be a good wife to her brother since she had always been the only woman in his life. The message was so weird that I almost cringed. I didn't even bother replying back to her and left her message unseen, which I know must have pissed her off even more. Syl started to gradually ignore me anytime she saw me. For some reason, she remained involved with all the wedding activities. Like when I went dress shopping and had my bridal shower, she took her criticism of the wedding to a whole new level, openly expressing her discontent with my choices. Despite both my future mother-in-law and fiancé calling her out on it multiple times, her behavior persisted. One day, while discussing the centerpiece with my future mother-in-law, Kayla overheard and immediately began to mock me, saying how my choice had no class and how this is why she wanted her brother to marry someone better. That was the breaking point for me, and I lost my composure. I screamed at her that I couldn't tolerate her constant taunts and criticisms any longer, and I made it clear to her that she was not invited to our wedding anymore. Kayla was shocked, gasping in disbelief as if she had never expected me to stand up to her. Even my mother-in-law was furious with her and supported me. Later, Kayla reached out to Harry, complaining about how I embarrassed her and insisting that he should control me since I was going to be his wife. Harry told her firmly that he stood by my decision and that if she didn't apologize, she was not going to be invited to the wedding. Begrudgingly, she sent me a heartfelt apology, which I saw and again left it on read. With my wedding preparations, I was already exhausted, and I didn't want to be involved with her drama. In the end, she did end up coming to our wedding because I didn't want her to badmouth us later. Now, my wedding had a certain theme of pink hues and pastels, which everyone seemed to have no trouble following, including the guests. However, Syl showed up wearing a black floor-length gown with a veil, as if she was coming for a funeral. We were shocked, to say the least. Syl went around telling everyone how she was mourning for losing her brother to another woman. During the reception, my husband could see that I was uncomfortable with Syl's wedding outfit and confronted her about it. She tried to play the victim by saying that she had the right to wear whatever she wanted and that I was too controlling. In the end, Mel and Phil asked her to leave when she wouldn't stop making a scene. It was humiliating for me, and ever since that day, I have steered clear of her. When I gave birth to my son Nate, I refused to allow Sil anywhere near our baby. She did try to fight it, but my husband and his parents had my back. They understood exactly why I didn't want Sil near my baby and respected my decision. 2 years ago, Sil had a miscarriage with her then boyfriend Jamie, and it completely broke her. It was indeed a sad time for everyone. Harry and I felt sad for her since we already had a child. So after her miscarriage, we decided to be a bit more forgiving. We would invite her to our place so she could bond with our son Nate. I have to say that she has been surprisingly sweet to our son, despite how she behaves with me. In the beginning, she seemed to have changed, but over time, she had gone right back to who she was.